Hey Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I just did a video on the Pope, the Jesuit order, the Roanoke, Virginia TV crew shooting hoax, and the Salem witch trials and what they all have in common. A fellow truth seeker, after watching that video, asked me if I had heard that the Pope would be speaking at the lectern used at the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. And the answer to that question is yes. I wrote about it on my written blog August 8th, 2015. If you're not aware of my blog, it's freetofindtruth.blogspot.com. If you do a web search for this, it will come up. A wealth of knowledge here. For every video post I do, I probably do 10 written posts. There's way more content here, way more information. Please check it out if you have not. Anyway, I want to show you what's up with the word Gettysburg and the significance of this lectern being here. The English language and our calendar system are coded out with this thing called gematria, the practice of coding numbers in words. If you write out the word 44, it sums to 144. If you write out the date April 4th and sum it, it sums to 144. April's the 4th month, so April 4th is a lot like 4444. And also, Truth Seeker, I want to point out that Sagittarius, the zodiac sign, has 144 gematria. And the reason that's important is because I am alluding to the biggest assassinations in U.S. history in everyone's recent memory. The last two major assassinations were Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4th and JFK on November 22nd, which is the first day of Sagittarius. So there's very much this relationship between 44 and 144, and Gettysburg has this gematria of 144 as well. Now in history, Truth Seeker, what we're looking at are the order of presidents. The first president to die in office was the 9th president, William Henry Harrison. He died April 4th. Remember, April 4th sums to 144 like 44 and Sagittarius. First president to die in office, April 4th, just like Martin Luther King Jr., the most recent major political assassination in this nation. The last president to die in office was John F. Kennedy, who died in 63, 5 years before Martin Luther King Jr. Notice that John F. Kennedy was the 35th president, Truth Seeker. The word Catholic in Pythagorean gematria equals 35. He's the only Catholic president, but he was also the 44th term president. Some presidents do more than one term. That's how he's the 35th president and 44th term president. So here's that number 44 showing up on JFK. Look at this, Truth Seeker. The name John F. Kennedy that he went by has gematria of 59 in Pythagorean or English reduction. And up here I have the word Catholic just so you can see that it's 35 like the president. But with regards to that 59, it has a connection to the number 44 through the word kill. Notice how kill has Jewish gematria of 59 and simple English of 44. K the 11th, I the 9th, L the 12th, L the 12th. Kill, 44. Julius Caesar, maybe the most famous political assassination, assassinated in 44 BC. We're talking about Pope Francis. We began with Pope Francis and how he'll be using the Gettysburg Lectern. The last pope to die while pope was Pope John Paul I, who died on September 28th. This year, that's the date of the fourth and final blood moon. He was the 33-day pope. He began August 26th, died September 28th, 1978, a date with 44 numerology, the kill number. Now I want to show you something here, how the Catholic Church is connected to 144. Catholic has gematria of 71. The number 71 has gematria of 144. The Pope will be meeting with the 44th president on the High Holy Jewish Day, Yom Kippur, which also happens to have this gematria of 144. At the beginning of the year, before the Pope announced he was coming, I said to watch for the pairing of 52 and 144 this year. It was going to signify a major event. I just bring that up because the Pope and the President are meeting on the date of Yom Kippur, 52 and 144. This coding that I decoded long ago has now become a lot more clear with all this more recent evidence and storylines to follow. Speaking of storylines, let me take you back to the Philadelphia train wreck. I know I'm redundant with this, but it's important. The 44th day of the year has a festival called Lupercalia that traces back to the Romans and the time of the assassination of Caesar in 44 BC. Lupercalia in Pythagorean gematria sums to 44, like being on the 44th day. In simple English gematria, it sums to 98. And when I first decoded the Philadelphia train wreck, I noticed the number 98 was showing up all over the place. Then I put two and two together, thinking more deeply. And what I noticed is the Philadelphia train wreck, which happened at 9:23 p.m., foreshadowing the date of September 23rd. Get this, Truth Seeker. From Lupercalia to September 23rd is a span of 222 days. From the 44th day to the day the Pope meets with the 44th president. 222 days. The Amtrak crash in Philadelphia was at 9:23 p.m., foreshadowing that date of September 23rd. And it happened on an Amtrak train, which has Jewish gematria of 222. 64 is also a relevant number to the president and more. Please see my prior posts on the Civil Rights Act in Obama for more information on that. But look at this, Truth Seeker. In the Bible, in Revelation, which these madmen who control our media and these storylines use as their playbook, Revelation 13-3 talks about the headshot wound. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Obama and the Pope both have references made to them in regards to the beast. They're meeting on September 23rd. But get this, from the date of the Philadelphia train wreck, May 12th, let me show you something about May 12th, Truth Seeker. May 12th, which has gematria of 133, from that date to September 22nd is a span of 133 days. And I'll add that May 12th is the 133rd day in leap years. Next year will be a leap year. So this train wreck that foreshadows the Pope and the Pope meeting with the President also has this connection in Revelation to an assassination, a headshot wound. And just for one more reminder, Pope Francis and Trainwreck both have gematria of 122. LeBron James was in the movie Trainwreck. Look at LeBron James in Jewish gematria, 923, like the date September 23rd that we're talking about. The premiere of Trainwreck was shot up by somebody named John Russell Hauser. Look at his name, 239. Another way to write the date, September 23rd, with the day before the month. The United States is 239 years old right now. And again, Truth Seeker, we started with Gettysburg. Lincoln died April 15th, 1865, a date with 84 numerology, a number connected to the Pope and to Obama. Pope Francis is born December 17th, 1936. He is the first Jesuit pope, admittedly. The word Jesuit has gematria of 84, just like his life number, December 17th, 1936. Show you this real quick. Jesuit, 84. Obama has Jewish gematria of 84. He's connected to Lincoln, both of them being from Illinois. Obama's birthday is also August 4th. August 4th. He's also a lawyer, reportedly. Yesterday, a lawyer was shot in the head in New York with all of his numbers connecting to Obama. And all of the numbers connecting to Gabby Giffords, who was shot in the head in Arizona. Gabby Giffords' birthday produces a life number of 84. All of this stuff is synced up by numbers. It is all foreshadowing what is planned, very likely between September 22nd and September 28th. The date of that train wreck, Truth Seeker, if I can pull it up, May 12th, 2015. This is a date with 52 numerology. 52, and the word Pope has gematria of 52. The reason I bring up 52 is because that 52 years ago, there were a lot of parallels. In that year, there was a train wreck in Pennsylvania. In that year, there was a black church bombing on a date with 106 numerology when 106 was coded all over the recent Charleston black church shooting, and the train crash in Philadelphia was traveling 106 miles per hour. Also that year, there was the presidential assassination of JFK. The only ingredient missing this year is a presidential assassination, a major assassination. This year, the Pope leaves out of JFK Airport on the birthday of the Jesuit order. The Jesuit order's birthday is September 27th. They are currently 474 years old. Pope Francis leaves September 27th. And let me show you what 474 has to do with murder, Truth Seeker. We are ripe for a murder story. It is in the cards. It is how these madmen work. And for one last piece of evidence, recall that Obama recently went to a funeral in Charleston 9 days after 9 people were killed and sung Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace has gematria of 105, just like Zionism, just like Masonry, just like the 105th day of the year, April 15th, that Lincoln died on the date with the 84 numerology. Obama's birthday is August 4th, so is the man John Newton, the slave trader who wrote the song Amazing Grace. When Obama dies, when the Pope dies, whatever is broadcast to us, whatever scenario plays out, know that these people were actors, participants in the hoax, in the agenda waged against us. And I will remind you that a blood moon occurs September 28th, the date after the Pope leaves. The Pope's been saying we need a revolution of sorts. I'll close by saying the word revolution also has gematria 52. We don't want the revolution to be on the madmen's terms, Truth Seeker. Until next time. Let us close by connecting 77 years ago, the opening line of the Gettysburg Address, with the date September 23rd, 2015. The date 9/23/15, if you add 9 plus 23 plus 15, it sums to 47, like 77 years ago. Lincoln was the first Republican president. In Pythagorean gematria, Republican and president have gematria of 47. And it should be noted that the Republican Party came from the Whig Party. Whig has gematria of 47. The first Whig candidate was the first president to die, William Henry Harrison, who was from Ohio. Ohio is the only state with simple English gematria of 47. Also notice these other words: obey, judge, gavel, all gematria 47. Jury is 74. The Republicans, they claim to be the party of Christians. You see this coding, Truth Seeker? This is a very important number, and what it is the number of the real mafia that rules this world. The Zionists, the Freemasons, the Jesuits, the gangsters that hide behind the curtain, like in the movie The Wizard of Oz. So there it is, from 77 to the upcoming date 9/23/15. Until next